So how many boys are there, and how many candies does each boy have? Here there are 49 beads. First, we may try out to separate them in 5 in a group. So here are 5 in a group, but one of the group only have 4 candies, which means it is not enough to separate into 5. Let's try out another combinations. How about if each boy gets 6 candies? Now there's 1 group, 2 group, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But there are 1 candies left. Therefore there won't be 8 boys. Now let's try it out if each boy gets 7 candies. Now there's 1 boy, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lastly 2 plus 3 plus 2 also equals to 7. Therefore there are 7 groups of 7, which means there can be 7 boys and each boy can get 7 candies. So 7 times 7 equals to 49. Since we got 7 times 7 equals to 49, which means there are 7 boys and each boy gets 7 candies. So the total equals to 49 candies. According to the facts family, if 7 times 7 equals to 49, which means 49 divided by 7 equals to 7. Therefore, the total number of boys would be 49 divided by 7 equals to 7. Since we know that the number of children is 15, so the number of girls would be 15 minus the number of boys, 7, equals to 8. Let's move on to the next question. There are 56 people sitting in a cinema. All the seats are taken. Each couch is designed to sit up to 8 people. After a few minutes, 4 couches remain full seat with people. The rest of the couches have 5 people in each. How many people are in the cinema now? First, let's find out the total number of people in the 4 couches. So we have 4 couches and each with 8 people. Therefore, the total number would be 4 times 8. Here we take out 8 bees from each row. And there are 4 couches, so we take out 4 rows. Now can you calculate how many beads are there in total? We can calculate it in a faster way. So each row originally have 10 beads. So altogether there should be 40 beads. And we can minus the beads on the right, which there are 8 beads, which equals to 32. Therefore, the number of beads on the left equals to 32. So 4 times 8 equals to 32. Therefore, there are 32 people in the first 4 rows. We know that in each of the remaining couches, there are 5 people. But how many couches are there in the cinema in total? As there are 56 people, and each couch can sit up to 8 people. Therefore, we may use 56 divided by 8 to find out how many couches are there. First, let's have 56 beats. We have 1 10, 2 10, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, and 6. Now let's separate them into 8 in a group. So each row have 10 beats, therefore we took 2 away, which equals to 8. And then we move the remaining 6 to the right. So we have one group of 8, two groups, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 equals 8. And the remaining 2 plus 6 also equals to 8. Therefore, we have 7 groups of 8, which means 56 divided by 8 equals to 7. Therefore, there are 7 couches in total. Now we subtract 4, the number of couches that are fully seated, from 7, the total number of couches. Then we may find that there are 3 remaining couches, and each remaining couches have 5 people in each. Therefore, 3 times 5 equals to 15, which is the remaining people. So to find the total number of people in the cinema, we may use 32 plus 15 equals to 47. Let's move on to the out question on page 2. Janice has 3 times as many apples as orange. She gives 12 apples to Anna. Now she has 32 pieces of fruit. How many orange does she have? First, let's find out how many fruits does she have at first. We may use the method work backwards. Now she has 32 pieces of fruit, and since she gives 12 apples to Anna, we may add 12 to it, as those 12 apples are originally hers. So 32 plus 12 equals to 44. So the total number of fruits that she has equals to 44. Now let's find out the number of apples and the number of oranges. Since Janice has 3 times as many apples as oranges, let's say if she has 10 oranges, then the number of apples will be 10 times 3, which equals to 30. But 30 plus 10 is not equals to 44. Let's try out another combination. If there are 11 oranges, then the number of apples would be 11 times 3, which equals to 33. Now 33 plus 11 is equals to 44. Therefore, we know that that's the right combination. So the number of orange she has is 11. Let's move on to the out question on page 4. Thomas has 24 pencils to give out. He wants to give 2 more pencils to Chris than Dennis. He also wants to give 2 less to Emily than Dennis. How many pencils will Chris, Dennis, and Emily get? As you see that there is a table here, so you should know that we also have to make hypothesis. So the total number of pencils they got is 24. From the question, among the 3 kids, Chris, Dennis, and Emily, who gets the least number of pencils? It should be Emily. And who got the most number of pencils? It should be Chris. So let's say if Emily got 5 pencils, Emily has 2 less pencils than Dennis, so the number of pencils Dennis got should be 5 plus 2 equals to 7. And Thomas have given 2 more pencils to Chris than Dennis, so the number of pencils Chris have should be 7 plus 2 equals to 9. So are the total number of pencils equals to 24? 9 plus 7 plus 5 equals to 21. It's not equals to 24. So let's try it out another combination. Let's increase the number of pencils of Emily's by 1. If she has 6 pencils, then Dennis should got 6 plus 2 equals to 8 pencils, and Chris should have 8 plus 2 equals to 10 pencils. Now is 10 plus 8 plus 6 equals to 24? Yes, it is. Therefore, we know that this is the right combination. Chris has 10 pencils, Dennis has 8, and Emily has 6, and there are in total 24 pencils. Let's move on to the out question on page 6. Anna's mother is making a chocolate pie made of 100 chocolate balls and a chocolate cupcake of 10 chocolate balls. The sweet bakery puts 32 pies and 16 cupcakes in a large box. If Anna's mother puts 9 more pies and 7 more cupcakes into the box, how many chocolate balls are in the box? From the question, how many chocolate balls are needed to make 1 chocolate pie? Each chocolate pie needs 100 chocolate balls. And how many chocolate balls are needed for each cupcake? Each cupcake needs 10 chocolate balls. Now let's find out the number of chocolate pie in total. So Sweet Bakery have put 32 pies into the box, and Anna's mother has put 9 more pies into the box. Therefore, the total number of pi in the box would be 32 plus 9, which equals to 41. Now, let's find out the number of chocolate balls in the chocolate pies. If there are a total of 41 chocolate pie, and each pie have 100 chocolate balls, so we may duplicate the number of chocolate pie, 41, times the number of chocolate ball it has, 100, which equals to 4,100. Now, how about the number of chocolate cupcakes? The Sweet Bakery have put 16 cupcakes into the box, and Anna's mother has put 7 more cupcakes. So the total number of cupcakes would be 16 plus 7, which equals to 23. So the number of chocolate balls in the cupcake would be 23 times 10 chocolate balls in each cupcake, which equals to 230. So the total number of chocolate balls in the box would be 4,100. The number of chocolate balls in the pies plus 230, the number of chocolate balls in the cupcakes, which equals to 4,330. Let's move on to the first question on page 8. Emily shares 2 dozens of her files with her sister, Kathy. If Emily has 6 more files than her sister, how many files does Kathy have? So what's the value of 2 dozens? Did you remember each dozens equals to 12? So 2 dozens would be 12 times 2, which means 12 plus 12, which equals to 24. So the total number of files they have would be 24. We may first assume that Kathy and Emily both have the same number of files. Then the number of files they each have would be 24 divided by 2, which equals to 12. Since Emily has 6 more files than her sister, so we may divide 6 by 2. Which equals to 3. Now we may assume if each of them have 12 folders, and the total number would be 24. And since Emily has more folders, so we may add 3 to Emily's, and minus 3 from Kathy's, so that their difference will be 6. So Emily would have 15 folders, and Kathy will have 9 folders. So that 15 plus 9 equals to 24, while 15 minus 9 equals to 6. Therefore, this is the right combination. So Kathy has 9 folders. Let's move on to the next question. Jenny and Lily decide to finish the exercise. Jenny finished 5 pages each day for 6 days. And Lily finished 6 pages each day for 4 days. Who finished more and by how many pages? First, let's find out how many pages does Jenny finished. She finished 5 pages each day, and she did it for 6 days. So we have 5 times 6. Now let's have 6 groups of 5. Now let's count how many beads are there. We may use skip counting by 5. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Therefore 5 times 6 equals to 30. How about Lily? She finished 6 pages each day for 4 days. So she finished 6 times 4 pages. Now let's take out 4 groups of 6. To calculate how many beads are there, we may separate 1 from the 5 and use a faster method. We may first skip count by 5 to see how many red beads are there. 5, 10, 15, 20. So there are 20 beads, adding the 4 remaining beads, which is 24. Therefore 6 times 4 equals to 24. So who got more pages, and by how many? Since 30 is larger than 24, so Jenny has finished more pages. To find out the difference, we may duplicate 30 and 24. We may use the larger number, 30 minus 24, which equals to 6. Therefore, Jenny finished 6 more pages.